You would not see any of these extreme measures being reached to if they could just flip the switch.
Jack Posobiec made this point with Tucker Carlson yesterday.
Every president since then has either had to come directly from there, like George H.W. Bush, who was the director of CIA before he became president, or been at least acquiescent to their whims and going along with their wars, going along with whatever it is that the plan is for the empire. And then 2016 happens like by accident. And because, who would have thought this guy could come in and take over? And so you have this problem. You're trying to get him out of office the entire time. You're trying to bat him down, kick him off the beachhead but at the same time, you're also infiltrating and you're going through the administration. You're planning your people in to at least subvert as much as possible. But it never really goes anywhere because at the end of the day, he's still not one of yours. So then you get rid of him in 2020. Then finally, you have the opportunity to take another bite at the apple. Somehow the lawfare doesn't work. Somehow all of these things don't work. You always know that you have a nuclear option in a situation like that. And the nuclear option is like November 1963.
Yeah, just murder the guy.
But you wouldn't want to do that first. And this was something that the East Berliners understood and the Stasi understood, that if you can just you can assassinate someone's personality, then that's so much easier than just actually killing them. But then social media comes around. In social media, you don't have those tools anymore. And suddenly you don't have control of the narrative. The narrative gets lost to you. So through social media, suddenly people can connect and say, hey, have you noticed this thing? Yeah, I noticed that thing. Did you notice that? I noticed that thing. But the media doesn't seem to be talking about this. And yet when you could say, well, wait a minute, I'm here. I can see it. This is actually happening in front of my eyes. Here's a video of it. Oh, by the way, and I can show you what's going on in real time through live streams, et cetera, et cetera. And so this becomes a massive, massive problem. And so all you're left with at that point, so you lose soft power. So the oligarchs lose soft power, the machine loses soft power. Right. And so they have to go back. What do we have left? We have hard power.
Persuasion doesn't work.
Yeah, persuasion isn't working, you go force. So force is you might, raid somebody's home. And you might say that there's some documents there that they shouldn't have. And then handcuffs, then convictions. But if that doesn't work, the nuclear option of November 1963 is always on the table. Yeah. Hypothetically, Tucker, hypothetically.
Okay, so obviously you know what he's talking about in 1963 with John F. Kennedy. I am not saying that is all true. I don't know, but the meta-analysis does kind of ring true, that why are we being fed so many lies all of the time? Why can whatever is happening literally this second regarding Joe Biden, was he pushed into doing this? Was there actually a coup, which is what Joy Reid is saying, and Pelosi and Schumer and everybody else, they're not denying that they forced the guy out. How long did everyone know he was ill? The Secret Service people who were in charge of him covered that up, and then also were in charge of Donald Trump's protection when Donald Trump almost got killed 9 days ago, 10 days ago. So what would be the nuclear option? I don't know, kill Trump, oust Biden, get everybody so effed up on craziness that nobody knows what's going on anymore. But I think the white pill of all of this, of course, is that it does feel like it's losing control. Like when I meet people now who are like locked into the mainstream ideas, I'm like, you're nuts now. And I think more and more of us are feeling that. I want show you one more clip of Posobiec on with Tucker, because this is what I've been talking about this exposure of the machine. If you I don't know that we can ever beat the machine, but if you at least see what the machine does, you can operate a little bit better within that, or you can feel a little bit saner if you just kind of see it for what it is.
Leviathan would not be revealing itself right now if it didn't have to. If they had total control of the election process, total control of the general election, if they could just say flip a switch and put whoever they wanted in office, they would just do that. You would not see any of these extreme measures being reached to if they could just flip the switch. So there's a problem. Something's broken down. Something has gone wrong, because I think what they're really terrified of is a revolt of the people.
So guys, who are the people? You. Other side of this screen, you are the people. This guy over here, you, this chick, you're the people. You're the people. Maybe enough of us are waking up and we don't want to play this ridiculous game anymore. And maybe if we expose it and then start returning to some of our founding documents, and if we start mocking the hell out of the media people who've been running cover of this, maybe we get to the other side of all of this. Hey, Don't click away just yet, because today's video is brought to you by our friends at 1775 Coffee. Guys, instead of waking up tomorrow morning and drinking your mold-infested, big corporation-owned, woke ideology coffee that's probably making you sick from the pesticides it's sprayed with, try Rumble 1775 Coffee. Support freedom of speech and build a parallel economy that actually values you. Go to 1775 Coffee right now and pick up your first bag. Use code Rubin to save 10% off your first order.